From one Twins way in Minneapolis, welcome inside Target Field. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Minnesota Twins. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the hill for the Twins, Bailey Ober. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Next pitch is outside. And there's a ball. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. And here is Kyle Stowers. That's a little bit low. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Edwards gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
And misses inside. Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. He muscles that one out the opposite way. The Marlins on the board first. It's 2-0. Here's the catcher, Heriberto Hernandez.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Here's a 2-1. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. One away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one missed. This one in the air, center field. Buxton settles underneath it, and there's 2 away. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Otto Lopez. 2 down, nobody on.
Yep, that ball went out.
2-1 now. On the ground to the left. Urshela to first in time. Out number 3. Back in Minnesota. And getting the start for Miami, Sandy Alcantara. What should we keep an eye on here?
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed 1 run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Luke Keeschel digs in now.
Luke Keeschel.
Ball.
Out to short, Lopez. Slings to first, 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Here's Byron Buxton. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. His home run numbers stand out, Chris. Nobody has hit more on his team. Inside, and that's ball 4. 1 gone, runner at first. Matt Wallner, the next Twin up to hit. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. And it remains 2-2. Got him swinging. Now 2 away.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, number
Next
2.
to hit, Cody Clemens. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. On now to the top half of inning number 2. And at the plate for Miami, Jacob Marcy. Here's a 1-1. That one fouled off. One and 2 now. That one missing inside. That's off the mark. 3-2 now. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And a payoff pitch. Out towards right center field. Buxton on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Javier Sanoja will hit next.
Fielder, number 8, Javier Sanoja.
Here's a 2-2. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. No swing, says Freddie Ferguson. Payoff pitch. Just a slow ground ball this time. On the run, sends it over to first. 2 down, base is empty.
Right
now
fielder,
here is Griffin Conine.
Griffin Conine.
Here's a 1-1. And a curve is down and in.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Out to center. Buxton under this one. And that is that. Back at target field, and now the Twins catcher, Victor Caratini. Caratini with some impressive production lately. Way out front for strike 2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
The left fielder, number 9.
Here's Trevor Larnach. The 1-2. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
The designated hitter.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the Minnesota designated hitter, Josh Bell, swings through that one for strike 2.
He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back. And that one is off the top of the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
Man at second. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Now here's Gio Urshela. Check swing went around. And that's strike 2. Pitch gets away. To second. In there. He's safe. On the ground. Pauly gets him easily. Ends the inning. Back in Minnesota, and now for the Marlins, Graham Pauly. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Everything came together for him. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never.
Oh, now this is drilled to center. Way back there. On its way and gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 5-zip. Heriberto Hernandez now at the plate. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Hernandez on at first. Nobody out. And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 3-1. Late with the swing there. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. So a walk puts runners at first and second. A new pitcher in the game, David Festa.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Ground ball, could be two. There's one. Over to first.
He's in there.
And up next for Miami, Jacob Marcy.
I know we're still early in the stages of this game, but this at-bat has the potential of being a difference maker. You've got to stay calm in the box.
2 on, 1 out. There's a strike. The next offering misses. And the count now even up. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Got him swinging. Javier Sanoja, the next up for the Marlins.
In the grand scheme of things, this at-bat might not feel important because it's early, but it could create a domino effect for things to come. Control what you can here and have a strong at-bat.
That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. Reaching for it and brings it in. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Twins, Luke Diesel. Here's a 1-1.
No, that's down.
And there's a ball. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. And the leadoff man aboard.
Fastball off the plate a little bit, but a really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock.
So Buxton gets a chance to hit now. Byron Buxton, former second overall pick back in 2012. Paulie to second, pulls him off the bag. He beats the throw, and that leaves them with runners at first and second. So up next for Minnesota, Matt Wallner. On the ground, out to short. Goes to third for one, and that's all they'll get. 2 on with 1 out. Now the Minnesota cleanup hitter, Cody Clemens. There's a strike. Just missed.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. On the ground to third. Steps on the bag for one. Now the throw to first on the run. What a play. Inning over. As we go to the top of the fourth. And at the plate for Miami, Griffin Conine.
Griffin Conine.
You know, these Marlins doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Payoff pitch. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3. And they turn the double play. Back to the top of the Miami order. Xavier Edwards getting ready to hit. Two down, nobody on. He swings and hits a fly ball. Center field. That one gets down for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
At the plate, Kyle Stowers. And a foul ball. Two down. This one in the air, center field. Buxton in position. Brings it in. And that is that. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now the Twins catcher, Victor Caratini. The 1-1. To third, Paulie. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Up next,
Trevor Larnach digs in now.
Number 9,
the Marlins leading by 5. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. To the right side, and foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Hard hit left side. The throw to first. Already 2 gone here in the home fourth. Josh Bell at the plate now. The 2-1.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Throw to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. We go to the top of the 5th. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Heriberto Hernandez.
You know, these Marlins putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Now it's going to be Christopher Morel. Swing and a miss as he was late. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one carrying. And forget it. A 2-run homer. 3rd home run of the season. And they add to the lead. It's 7-0. So digging in, Otto Lopez. The 1-1. On the ground right side. And that one handled. Not in time. He's safe.
Just a good job putting the ball in play and then busting down the first base line. Beat the throw pretty easily.
Here's the center fielder, Jacob Marcy.
That's ball 2.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's got a chance. And that one is off the wall. Lopez around 3rd. Cut off, throw to 3rd. And he's got no chance. He's out. But they do get a run. Andrew Chafin enters the game. This is his 3rd time out this year. So up next, Javier Sanoja. Swings through that one. Got him looking for the strikeout. Went back to the sinker, and it was successful. 2 down, bases empty. Next to hit, Griffin Conine. Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, and I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good...
The throw is wild, and it gets away.
Up next,
Gio Urshela to the plate.
the shortstop, Gio.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. Nobody in his team has scored more runs than he has this season, Singy. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop 3rd strike. Back to the leadoff spot in the Twins
15.
lineup. Luke Keeschel will hit next.
Keeschel.
Swing and a pop-up. Morel has a beat on it. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Byron Buxton, the next Twin up to hit. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
So 2 down, and now Matt Wallmer. Here's a 1-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. All set for the top of the 6th. And now for the Marlins, Graham Pauley. The 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. In the air, right field, Wallner moving under this one. And there's one away. 3rd time through the order now. Xavier Edwards now at the plate.
Edwards.
Stays alive. 2-2 now. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for second. Pulls in with a double. Third hit for him today.
Another big game. He's looking pretty much unstoppable at the plate. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
This one could be trouble. Edwards around third. He'll score. It's 9-0. And in its second with an RBI double.
Seeing some good swings from him right now with consecutive extra base hits. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
To first, 2 away. New pitcher on now, Eric Orz.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
High fly ball, right field. Walner under it, and that'll do it. Bottom of the 6th. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Cody Clemens. The 1-1.
Well, these Twins finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Vic Caratini at the plate. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Goes down looking for the strikeout. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Trevor Larnach, the next Twin up to hit. Ball to strike. The pitch. That one missed. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. In there. Got him looking for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. Back at Target Field and at the plate for Miami, Otto Lopez.
Hey!
The shortstop takes the ball. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's one down. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins.
Jacob Marcy.
Yeah!
The Fish up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. Gets a piece and stays alive. Good eye in that spot.
Ball 2.
Into center. And that'll get down for a hit. And a man aboard.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
In the air to left center. Buxton on the move. And there are 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Griffin Conine.
The right fielder, number 18.
Marcy leads off first with 2 down to the inning. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Ground ball to the right side, and that goes foul. The 1-2, and that one almost hit him. Fights it off. He'll see another. This one in the air, center field. Buxton settles underneath it, and that is that. Back in Minnesota. Now it's the Twins DH, Josh Bell. Here's a 1-1.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Here's Royce Lewis. Ball to strike. Swings through that.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Gio Urshela. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Marcy on his way over, and that's the 3rd out.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Twins,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start
48.
the 8th. Justin Topa.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
2-2 now. A sliding stop at short. Fires to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Back to the top of the order now. Xavier Edwards, the next up for the Marlins. The 2-2 on the way. That's down and in. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Still able to get it there in time. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. And next is the designated hitter, Kyle Stowers. And downstairs. Well struck right field. And that's going to bang against the wall. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel.
And that's where the swing. It's a strikeout. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And here's the Twins leadoff guy, Luke Keeschel. That's out to center field. Marcy moving under it, and there's one away. Byron Buxton, the next Twin up to hit.
The center fielder, number 25.
The Twins with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. So they turn things over to the righty, Lake Bacher. He's into the game with the bases empty. Swings and misses at the sweeper. Bacher pitching for the 20th time this season. And he was a 5th-round pick back in 2016. Over to first. He's out.
Up next for the
and now the right fielder, Matt Wallner. 2 down, nobody on. And that one is lifted in the air. Sanoha gets under it. And that's the inning. We go to the ninth. Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Christopher Morel. Next offering is outside. Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
The count 2-1. Swings through that one. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Up next to the Marlins.
One out man at first. Stepping in, Jacob Marcy. The 2-1. That smash towards center. Buxton on the move. And there's 2 down.
Now pitching for
On the mound
Twins,
now for the Twins, Taylor Rogers. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Here's the left fielder, Javier Sanoja.
Hey, two.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Morel, the runner at first with 2 gone. On the ground to third. And that's the inning. All set for the
Leading
bottom
off
of the
for
ninth.
Twins,
Now the Minnesota
baseman,
cleanup
number 2,
hitter, Cody Clemens. The 1-1.
Ball 2.
That's
Ball,
a little
that's
bit low. And a big swing and a miss. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 up, 1 down.
For the Twins,
So up
the
next for
catcher,
Minnesota, Victor Caratini. 1 down, base is empty here in the ninth. And that just misses. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Ground ball right side. Fires to first in time. So it's their last chance in this one. Now the left fielder, Trevor Larnett. Bacher is just 1 strike away.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, when you win by 9 runs, you have plenty of insurance runs. It's a huge confidence boost when you can just put that many runs up on the board. And I'll tell you what, the next game starter is saying, hey, I hope you all save some runs for me. I want to get a win as well.
9-0 your final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.